Start thinking if you have a comment or question about starting the lineup. But before we do that, I want to acknowledge one person. People who are critical in all of this every day in our schools are our teachers. And I'd like to call on Sharon Miller, a faculty member at Columbia High School, who has something she'd like to say to us.
Which I'd like to read to you. So this is an open letter to the Columbia High School community. Events at the high school in the last few days have everyone concerned. No one is happy about the fights between students or the code yellow shelter in place that was necessitated by a student who was found to have an airsoft gun and a kitchen sideline in his possession. That said, we, as teachers and staff of Columbia High School who live in these two towns, must respond to the misinformation, name-calling, and in some cases, smear campaigns that have been promulgated primarily online. Despite what some people would have you believe, Columbia High School is an excellent school, one we can all be proud of. Many of us on staff have sent our children here. The high school has a challenging mission to educate the student body from diverse backgrounds with diverse resources and diverse skill sets, such that all students are prepared for life beyond high school, wherever that may take them. With close to 2,000 students, it takes an incredible amount of talent, work, and dedication to achieve this goal. But an entire student body should not be mischaracterized and branded for the misdeeds of a few. Finally, contrary to what some have suggested, Columbia High School has a strong and proactive administrative staff, starting with our principal, Elizabeth Barron. With Ms. Aaron, students and staff know that they have a leader who is a consummate professional. Students and staff have unquestioning trust in her judgment and ability. We are lucky to have her. Please do not base your judgments of Columbia High School on recent troubling events. Do not let them overshadow all that is good about Columbia High School. And there is much. Do not abandon our school. Support us in your actions and words. Any of us would be happy to tell you more. Please ask. And this is signed. I ended up asking people to confirm that they wanted their name on this. I did that 9 periods a day. So it's kind of the end of the day. Right now I have 12 names on here. I'm sure more people would have given me their names. Again, this is just people who live in town and work at the high school. I'm sure I would have got more names. Many people feel this way.
Thank you, Ms. Miller. Now we have a time when those of you who have Okay, I think the question, in a sense, our speaker who came out, who had to leave, she gave it a try, in a sense. Was she helped by certain people who cared about her? Ms. Wright, to you?
We have a lot of things in place to help children. Unfortunately, those things have disappeared. And a lot of things came on the place of it, such as the youth net that showed up on the stage tried and put a little input into what was going on. A lot of programs for kids were removed. Groups that we used to have in the middle school for students who were in a crisis to go to no longer exist. So there are many things that are going on. To the contrary, they're not helping our students, and we're responsible for that. And I taught in middle school for over 30 years. This is very upsetting to me because I know that with everything that's in me, that something isn't right. And we must address it. And we have to address it quickly. And I still want to know what would compel a child, whether it's
And now I'm going to ask Ms. Smith to, again, just briefly state the protocol for what we're doing now.
We want to be sure to hear from everyone who wants to speak, so we're going to limit comments to 2 minutes. When you reach the 30-second deadline, I will speak up and tell you, and then when you reach the end of your 2-minute time, I will thank you and ask you to go to the next person to come up. We're not going to cede questions tonight to other people, so each person has their own 2 minutes, and that's it. And one final comment, please do not talk about individuals, be they students, staff, parents, any individuals whatsoever, if that's part of your cut okay?
And just adding, if you can also just tell us who you are. That's appreciated, so we have that information. And so we look forward to hearing you. One additional note is that this is a little different from those of you who are board veterans, because to the extent possible, not saying it's going to necessarily be the case, we will endeavor, if we can, to say if you have a question, just as we did with Mr. Bailey's list, if we can reasonably respond, or as Ms. Lawson-Muhammad said, we are going to be transcribing, recording these questions with a school safety fact if we are unable to answer you at this moment. Just a last point to bear in mind, too. There are a lot of you here. I know there are a lot of you who have questions. I just want us all to bear in mind something many of you know, which is, I believe it's 2 nights from now. Thank you, Maplewood Middle School HSA. There will be a forum at, I believe, at 7:30 p.m., okay? And also, thank you all for your forbearance in this hot auditorium. We all felt this was a good place to hold it. I think it is. And also, Columbia High School, with its air conditioning, is having a wonderful event tonight, so it's not available even if we wanted it. With all that, we're going to alternate a second.
I should ask a question. What would perceive a child to do something, bring a weapon to school to cause harm to other kids? Constant bullying. No one doing anything. He said the word retard. He got suspended for 2 days. The word retard to him means stupid. I didn't say that. And a staff member at Tuxton, excuse my French, said called him a dickhead. I reported it to the principal, vice principal, and I had this conversation. They said they didn't hear it, and no other children heard it, so they can't do anything about it. There is a 2 days suspension for using the word retard. What was supposed to be a teaching moment for my child turned into a suspension for 2 days for the word retarded. He didn't mean to tell the child that he has a physical or mental disability. He knows the difference. I work in healthcare. I work with disabled kids. He's been to my job. He's seen them. He's frustrated. What are we doing to these kids? 2 days.
Thank you. Your time's up.
Thank you, ma'am. Expression of concern on discipline policy to be noted for our...
We have to be a resource for, first and foremost, facts. We don't know, as parents, and maybe this information is out there, but we don't know, we don't have a comprehensive view of who are the children who seem to get themselves into these problem situations. Are they the same 5 or 6 or 10 children, or is it 100 of them and that represents another kind of problem? When and where are incidents occurring? Are they occurring just off school grounds, inside the school, right in front of the school, on the front of the school bus? What time of day are they exactly? Are they occurring in the morning or in the evening? We'd like to have a point of contact, and maybe you can communicate that in the follow-up, information that's sent out that we can go to say what actually is the issue. Because chances are, once we look at the data, then we'll see the issues and the solutions will become crystal clear. So I asked for that information. I know there are a number of other parents here who are.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Lots of reporting, HIV reporting, violence and vandalism reporting, but these events call specific attention to that need. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, over to this side, ma'am. And again, if we can all identify ourselves, appreciate it.
Good evening. Sakina Pitts, parent of an 8th grade student here at Maplewood Middle School. My commentary is more so just a public thank you rather than an actual question. As a fairly new work it out with their teachers. There's also, I get weekly emails about the weekly thing that you're working on in terms of community, the message, and just that particular day, you guys move swiftly, and my son personally has had no fear of coming back into school, so I thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good evening, my name is Samantha Jones. I'm in 7th grade and 8th grade here at Maple Middle. You asked the question of why. What would make a child bring a gun to school? And it's something that I've been feeling since last week. I think the simple answer is availability. Where do we have a gun in the school? Because my thing is, our children, especially our boys, they aspire to be cowboys and Indians and superheroes, and they have emotions. And in middle school, they don't know quite how to deal with them. So for parents who have guns at home and weapons at home, I mean, even the BB gun. My son has a BB gun for every year since he was maybe 10 years old, and every year I cross it off. You can't have a BB gun. And feel comfortable enough to pick up a gun at home, that's pretty serious. So you kind of have to be desensitized to that kind of thing. I would be so fearful to pick up a gun. So this must be something that the child is regular with doing. So for the sake of all our kids, if you have weapons at home, if you have guns at home, if you have pepper spray, or any of those things that your children can potentially pick up, because they will. If I need gun on the dresser, they take the gun. So when it comes to something, they want to go to school, they want to be cool, they're playing video games, guns are nothing that they really, they see it, they play with it, they get excited about it. If a gun is available, they're probably going to take a gun to school. And that's my own point.
Thank you, ma'am. To second a comment made by Mr. Memoli, it's a community process. It's parents. The schools can't be doing this alone. There really is an element of the whole community and the parents in particular. Over to this side.
Hi, my name is Nancy Schwartz, and I'm the mom of an 8th grader here at Maplewood Middle School. We totally about the great job the staff did. And my kid is really nervous, felt good about being taken care of by the staff, the teachers, and her friends. I'm wondering if there's some way we can take this very, very significant moment, the moment that put us all in this room, the moment that made every kid, not only in this school, but I'm sure most of this district, aware of this issue. Is there a way we can help the kids in some kind of peer-to-peer program with what you're talking about, Mr. Adams, as see something or hear something and say something? Can we use a bit of time in the next few weeks before the end of school to mobilize that focus and shift the emotions into a positive momentum going forward to do something like that? No need to answer here, or perhaps maybe wanted to share that suggestion.
Thank you.
An excellent thought. Thank you, Ms. Schwartz.
Good evening, my name is Anselm, actually, kindergarten at Marjorie School. I have a question about 2 years I've been here.